Chapter
Dinner
4.
with the Moodwills.
The what? The Mood
Ilona
Wills.
Moodwill was worried about change. A gardener at heart, she understood the necessity of change, relied on it even. But there was a difference between the controlled world of her plants and this cluttered cottage in a strange town. Almost done. Nellie was a blur of activity, digging through boxes. Sorry, love, couldn't find the dishes. We'll have to make do with paper plates.
I seriously love this narrator so much. Mara banned me.
Dinner went by without much conversation. As she watched Beck and Luca finish up their pizza, Ilona let herself relax into the chair. The things she cared about were still here. Nellie finally had the job of her dreams. Beck was beginning to take root.
This is starting to sound awful ominous.
Ilona's task was simply to tend to them.
Why did that just sound creepy as hell?
She could do that.
So, Luca, tell us a bit about yourself. Where do you live? Oh, I live with my grandma. Over on the other side of the river. Oh, no. Your grandma? Where are your parents at? Beck, manners. Oh, it's all right. My dad passed away in an accident at the fertilizer plant 6 years back. Wait! He died at the fertilizer plant? I don't think we knew that. I have to play it straight now. I have 2 strikes and there are great mods here. Yeah, you better be careful. Better be careful. You're on thin ice. Oh, dear. My mom's been missing for a few months now. Like, missing?
Luca's eyes were fixed to his plate, pushing a chunk of pineapple around with his finger. Nellie was the one who eventually broke the silence.
Luca, how did you like the pizza? Oh, it was good. Very good. Oh, poor baby, he's crying. Normally, we'd have put more effort into dinner.
Ilona nervously gestured toward the boxes.
We aren't fully settled in, and Beck mentioned that it's your favorite. I'm sorry, are we just skipping the part where he said his mom was missing? Beck! I'm sorry, Luca. This move has us all a little tired.
Luca wiped his face with his sleeve.
No, it's fine. So, Beck said that you moved here for work?
Beck gave Luca a swift kick under the table.
Oh, right. We're not supposed to mention that. Ow! I mean, what brought you to Beacon Pines? Oh, you were right the first time. We're here for work. Nellie won't tell you this, but she's a brilliant chemist. I don't know about brilliant, but I do love it. She's brilliant. Perennial Harvest just made her the newest lead researcher of deep engineering. So in this path of the story, Luca doesn't know about this. But in the other path, when Rollo was with us at the warehouse, the body that was dropped on them was the former lead researcher of deep engineering. Oh no. Oh my god, everybody is suspicious. She makes it sound more impressive than it is. I'm just happy that I get to make a difference in the world. Perennial Harvest is at the forefront of evolving agriculture into something more useful than sparkling water and excrement on the ground. Unless you transcend timeline. Wait, is Luca... Well, so we're changing the story as we go. So there's another path before where everything was different. And he was at the warehouse with Rollo, and that's when all the bad stuff happened. This time around, I got out of the warehouse on my own by fighting the guy in the hazmat suit. So we didn't know about the body because that part didn't happen yet. The body only happened in the other path. And I still think the guy in the hazmat suit is Mr. Nuncreed.
Luca glanced over to Beck. She seemed to be holding her breath.
What Nellie means, Luca, is that there are different ways to grow plants. Yes, so, oh no, they're about to fight. Because the other mother works for the other company, and they're all about, like, natural fertilizer. And some people happily leave their job to allow a loved one to pursue their dream. You swore you didn't.
Slammed her fist into the table.
Oh no.
Perhaps harder than she intended.
Hey, Luca. How about some dessert? I actually have to meet my friend Rolo soon.
Luca glanced outside to gauge the time.
Yes, like the tears of kidnapped children.
The sky was darker than he expected, filled with ominous clouds.
Oh no. Look, there's a storm brewing. I should get going. Oh, I didn't think there was any rain in the almanac. Yeah, almanacs aren't that useful around here.
Luca wiped his mouth one last time with his napkin and started to get up.
You're just gonna leave Beck like this? Thank you all for the pizza. It was really good. Tears are in blood, sweat, and tears fertilizer. See you at the festival, Beck. Wait up. I'll walk you home.
Surprised, Luca turned around. He knew Rolo could be prickly around new people. But Beck seemed cool. Rolo would warm up to her eventually.
Yeah, I know, right, Kate?
Probably.
Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to... Oh! Now this is interesting, because we can either cause it to rain, or we can cause the clouds to go away. Let's start with Rumble and go from there.
Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to rumble with ominous thunder.
It's giving midsummer a little bit. You sure we can make it home before this... Or you sure we can make it home before this storm kicks
Luca
off?
surveyed the roiling clouds.
I'd say the odds are good. Maybe you should stay here and I'll make a break for it.
At that moment, the heavens opened up, unleashing torrential rain.
Hi, Ilmatic. How are ya? Welcome. Care to recalculate those odds? Hurry inside, you two, before it catch cold. Oh, I guess we're doing a sleepover? Luca, Nellie will keep trying to reach your gran on the phone. Oh, wait. Okay. In the meantime, you two hold tight. Sorry, not much to do up here. Most of my stuff is still in boxes. Mind if I poke around? Yeah, everybody knows something at this point. Be my guest.
Luca squinted into the eye hole of the microscope.
We are going full conspiracy now. Yeah. This looks wild. What is it? Gum? Gum?
Luca adjusted the slide with his fingers to get a better look.
You suspect Luca. I'm tracking the structural integrity of gum with increasing amounts of chewing. Chew that one for 47 days?
Luca wiped his hand off on his sweater and gave a nervous laugh.
Ew. It's weird, I know.
Beck looked down, timidly tapping the ladder with her feet.
You think it's weird, don't you? No, it's fine. A little. Oh my god, Luca. But weird can be cool. You don't have to tell the truth about everything, my dude. Oh, wow. Rolo and I have a radio just like this at the treehouse. Okay, gross, but she's kind of awesome. Oh, do you need the Discord link? Hang on. I think only mods and I can do that. 1 second. There you go. Oh, wait. Gotta get back there. Probably not exactly like this one. My mom and I tore the whole thing down to the bolts. Filtered with... Nope. Can't read. Fitted it with some state-of-the-art vacuum tubes. She seems pretty awesome. She gets carried away sometimes. I think she feels guilty for working too much. When she does have time for me, she showers me with high-tech overcompensation.
Luca flicked at one of the toggles.
We haven't gotten a charm lately. I feel like we are due one. I bet you can get all sorts of stations on this. Not out here in the boonies. You wouldn't believe the stuff I could pick up back in the city. But around here, it's all farm reports and static. Aw, shucks. No charm for that, huh?
Luca bent down to examine the bouquet of wilting flowers. Judging by the odor, they were well past their prime.
Aha! There we go.
He flipped open the attached card.
Happy trails from Coach Walker and all the Fairview Condors. Bar, you weren't kidding about poking around, huh? Oh, sorry. Was this from your old school? The most recent one, yeah. Some schools gave me going away cards. Some did flowers. When they're really trying to feel good about themselves, they do both. So you've moved a lot. Yeah, that's the thing with having a brilliant parent. There's always a better job somewhere else. These flowers would last longer if you put them in some water. That's sort of the thing I would do if I cared. Ooh. Well, you cared enough to keep them is all. Luca, can I ask you something? Of course. Wabam. Dang, didn't that hurt? I'll be honest, that hurt more than I expected. Well, at least you looked cool doing it.
Beck took a moment to watch the rivulets of water running down the window.
Do you ever feel alone? Like, even when people are around? Well, Rollo can be pretty absent-minded sometimes. No, I'm serious. Does it ever feel like your family doesn't care about what you want? It didn't used to feel that way. I know Gran loves me, but sometimes when she looks at me, it's like she's looking at a problem.
Luca took a deep breath, exhaling slowly.
I know the feeling. How do you deal with that? These poor kids. I guess I haven't yet. But one thing my dad told me when I was little, don't hold a grudge, especially against yourself. If you try to hold it all in, you're gonna pop. So then, what do you do when you don't know what to do? Dad never got to that part. Something I figured out on my own, though. You gotta do something. Anything. Here. What are you doing? I don't know. Something. We're gonna register our complaints with this storm. That's actually really loud. Listen here, you miserable universe. Stop jerking me around. I just want things to go back to the way they were. Everyone tells me it's gonna be all right, that things are gonna change.
Luca let out a feral scream that echoed into the night.
Oh. Every time something changes, everything gets worse. Screw this town. Whoa. Let me try this music? Moving sucks. I hate it. I hate it. Why can't I just deal with it and be happy for my mom? Why can't we just stay somewhere? Ah!
Her voice dropped to a trembling whisper.
Oh my god. I just want to be a normal kid.
Beck brushed off her shirt and straightened up.
There. Wow, I actually feel a little better. Yeah, you know, sometimes screaming into a void helps.
As abruptly as it began, the storm abated.
Thanks, I needed that. Me too. I should head out before the rain starts up again. Sure, I'll walk you out. See you and Rollo at the festival? Sounds good. Luca? Don't let the universe jerk you around.
Beck gave Luca a light thump on the arm before heading in. Chapter 5.
Ooh, we got a chapter 5.
Friendly feud. The air was heavy with the hard rain's residue. The smell of wet things. Despite his dreary surroundings, Luca felt at peace. He'd never shared those details about his dad with anyone, not even Rollo. But it's not like this changed anything. Rollo was still his best friend. Adding Beck to the group would help balance things out. Everything's better in threes. This is what Luca told himself as he headed to the treehouse.
This is the first time we've made it to chapter 5, I think, right? Because I think the other path ended at chapter 4? Hey, Dawn, tracking down a lead? You bet! I heard a juicy new rumor. Turns out when Sharper Valentine died, he left behind a peculiar last will and testament. Peculiar how? He didn't just give his kids an inheritance. There were conditions. Like what? The document stipulated that the heiress had to take on a child as her ward. At a kid our age who just showed up to town one night with a lawyer. Oh, is that what that little Yorkie kid? Solomon? Bingo. So Eris was forced to take care of him. Yep, or she would have lost everything. Why would Sharper care so much about some random kid? Oh! Rumor has it old Sharper sowed some wild oats. That explains... How does it... Okay, I'm asking this question knowing what my kids talk about, but like... How do they know what that means? I guess they talk about the same things my kids do. That explains the way Eris treats them. Poor Solomon. How did you find all this out? A good reporter never reveals her source, Luca. Oh. I just had a theory, but I don't want to say it because it's spoilers for another game. So I'm not going to say anything. I want to so badly go in there and just see. At least it was cheap, $7.54 on PS4. Oh, that's actually really cheap, yeah. They're probably doing that because it's the second game's coming out soon. They're trying to like build some hype for it. Does she just sit here the whole time? Like, I like reading too, but just gonna say it, this is also kind of suspicious. He met his old friend's eyes and was greeted with nothing but ice cold. Is she... I should have paid more attention to what she was saying. Every time she reads a piece of the book, it's actually like what the story is going to be about in this particular scenario. Because she was saying something before about somebody missing, and that was the chapter that Rollo was missing. Heavens, there's no time for fractured friendships. Which I think this is what's going to happen in this one. Oh, not you. Excuse me, what are you doing? Just locking up for the night, sir. Oh, wonderful. I can only assume this means all festival preparations have been completed ahead of schedule. A lot of emphasis is being put on the festival, too. I feel like something's going to happen there as well. Not exactly, sir. The storm set us back a bit, and it's getting late, so we all decided to. You all, decided? Yes, sir? I was unaware that your job involved deciding things. We're all here at Perennial Harvest because we believe in creating a better future, yes? Oh, toxic corporate culture. Here we go. Yes, sir. Very much, sir. Do you want to be the one to tell this town that we failed them? No. That we gave up because it was because there was a little rainstorm and we all got sleepy? Of course not, sir. Good. Then it's decided. Yes, sir. We'll work until the task is done. See that you do. Our harvest awaits. Go pick out your bait from the tackle box. I still want to know what's in that bottle. Pungent.
Luca wrapped a twig of thyme around the hook. Some fish have refined taste.
I wouldn't say thyme is pungent. I mean, it's strong, but I wouldn't say pungent. I haven't actually caught a fish yet, I just want to say. I have caught nothing but junk. And I'm starting to think that maybe there's a reason for that. I bet you we're not going to actually catch fish. Property of Sharper Valentine. Figures. If he had his way, property of Sharper Valentine would be written on everything in this town. Should we give it back to him? He might not even want it back. The man's got a contentious relationship with time. We'll keep it here if he ever wants to pick it up. Yeah, we haven't caught a single fish yet, and I'm starting to think that's a little suspicious. Rollo, are you still up there? I'm sorry, Rollo isn't accepting visitors at the moment. Come back, never.
Luca had only ever heard him speak in this stiff yet gentle tone a few times, and it always meant one thing.
You're upset. Oh, what makes you say that? Maybe because my best friend abandoned me for no reason? I didn't abandon you. I was just a little late.
Rollo scoffed.
The rain held me up. Liar! You weren't even home. What? The storm got bad and I got worried, so I went looking for you. Imagine my surprise when I made it to your house and you weren't there. I hadn't made it back yet. I'm not a fool, Luca. It doesn't take all day to deliver some jam. No, the storm rolled in out of nowhere, and I got stuck after dinner at Beck's house.
Luca stumbled on his words, knowing he'd said too much.
Beck? Dinner? What the heck is a Beck? She's a new kid in town. She's actually kind of cool. You'd like her. She needed help convincing her parents that she'd made new friends. New friends? I spent all day waiting for you, and you were off making new friends? It's not like that, Rollo. You know, while I was waiting, I made some upgrades to mission control. It was gonna be a surprise, but you took so long the storm knocked it all down. Just like you knocked down our friendship. What does that even mean?
Luca became instinctively angry in response. Both boys were now shouting across the distance.
I know. It means you're a bad friend? You don't care about me. Of course I care, you ass. I knew I'd get in trouble if I waiting so late for you, but I kept my word, because that's what friends do. Oh, wow, what a noble sacrifice you made. I hate this. Easy for you to say. Your grand doesn't even care. Ow. Oh. You can stay out as long as you want, and you wouldn't even get in trouble. Seriously? You're acting like I chose this? If that's what you think, then maybe you're the bad friend.
Rollo's tone changed to a calm, yet more intense anger.
Maybe Pa is right. Storm brings more than water. This one brought out the real Luca. Everyone's going to be owing an apology or three. Stop quoting your Pa's nonsense like it means anything. Yeah, well, at least my Pa... Ah! Rollo! I think this is a little uncalled for. Holy shit! At least my Pa is still around.
The words hung in the cold night air. Rollo's stomach dropped, knowing he'd crossed a line.
You think?
But it was too late.
Luca, Good night, Rollo. Dang it. Oh my god. Oh! I'm kicking it. Rollo, what a jerk. I know, I'm really sad too. Call me a bad friend. Ooh, I'm Rollo. Look at me and my amazing family. Oh my god.
The Adventures of Hank Atomic.
The complete first volume.
Luca carefully opened the cover and began to read. Rollo had received it for his birthday, a special hardcover edition with behind-the-scenes commentary and bonus art. Rollo cherished it, but asked that Luca keep it at his house. Luca wasn't sure if it was because Rollo didn't trust himself with it, didn't trust his sister around it, or just wanted an excuse to come hang out at Luca's more often. Whatever the reason, Luca didn't mind.
Oh, the random words like Thomas Jefferson and the Constitution. Yeah, I would think you're probably fine.
But it had stayed right there where Rollo had stashed it ever since. Now, at the foot of his bed, Luca lost himself in the pages. He'd read it all before, but at this moment, it somehow felt sentimental. He was well into issue number 5 when he heard soft footsteps from the hallway.
Luca, another little friend came to see you. A girl named Beck Moodwill. She said you met yesterday? What did she say? Is she here? She was just dropping by. I told her you weren't taking visitors today. Oh. She seems nice. Yeah. You had a fight with Rollo, didn't you? Can I come in? Maybe later. Alright then. I'll leave dinner on the kitchen table, in case you want a bit before bedtime.
Without realizing it, Luca had pouted away the entire afternoon. He once again felt the weight of it all and allowed his weary eyes to close. Luca stood in a vast black expanse. He looked up at his father standing beside him. Walt was working a straw at the bottom of a fountain glass, trying to collect the last bits of milkshake. Dad, where are we? Taking a final loud gurgling sip, his father peered up from the glass. He jangled the straw playfully with a warm smile, then lifted the empty glass as if to point into the darkness. The source. Luca's eyes followed his father's gesture. In an instant, he was sitting in front of a blazing campfire. Across from him sat a large figure in a yellow hazmat suit. The figure's voice was a scratchy echo.
What?
Well, if it isn't the man of the hour. Make yourself comfortable. Luca held his shivering hands over the flame to warm himself. It doesn't work that way here. Their yellow-gloved hand pointed to the base of the flame.
Yeah, right, Kate?
It's a cold flame, see? Luca peered at the base of the fire. It wasn't wood that was burning. It was Beacon Pines itself. Tiny buildings, freezing and crumbling as they were consumed by flame. Luca could see small shadows moving in the burning city. People. Luca leapt to his feet. We've got to help them!
Stop being creepy.
The figure gave a dismissive wave of their hand. Why waste energy helping people who can't even help themselves? The figure bent down to examine the panicked crowd as they desperately tried to stop the flames.
That's a very boomer mentality that I'm not going to follow.
They only care about what's right in front of them, not like us. Luca's voice was a trembling whisper. Us? The figure slowly stood up, grabbing its helmet with both hands. With a jolt and a twist, the suit emitted a gasp. A cloud of torpid mist escaped, slowly revealing the face within. Luca's own face looked back at him. Older, worn, distant. The sensation was oddly familiar, as if he'd caught his own reflection by surprise in the mirror. The doppelganger smiled. I tried to help once. He gestured towards his face. And all it got me was this. Lucas staggered back. You aren't me. Luca felt a hand catch his shoulder. His father was there again, beside him. Every choice sets us on a path. This is the end of one of your paths, son. Luca watched his older self shake its head ruefully, its face twisting into a cruel grin. Welp, Dad, if you wanted him to see this, far be it from me to disappoint. Luca watched in shock as the figure took a confident step forward and plunged into the flames. In a flash of cold light, he was gone. What does all of this mean? Luca felt a reassuring squeeze on his shoulder. Just remember, why we choose matters just as much as what we choose. Luca woke up to see a hazy figure at the foot of his bed, silhouetted in the morning sun.
Mom? No, dear. It's only Gran.
Luca rubbed his eyes. The kind, concerned face of his Gran came into focus.
How are you feeling? Fine. Anything you want to talk about? I don't feel like talking. That's just as well. How about you sit there and listen a bit? Whatever you and Rollo fought about doesn't matter. But
Gran silenced Luca with a gentle pat on the leg.
Fight between friends happens. What was said doesn't matter. The important thing is that it's not the last thing you ever say to each other. Well, that was ominous, Grandma. What the hell? But he said stuff about Dad. What do you think he meant? Well, do you think he meant it? I knew Luca was the villain. No, he was just mad. And did you mean any of the things you said to him? No. Good. One must appreciate friends in their best moments and accept them in their worst. Ah, new charm. Now get your little butt out of bed. The festival's today. You don't want to miss that, do you? I guess not. Seems like a good opportunity to make amends with Rolo, doesn't
Luca
it?
gave a reluctant nod.
So buy him a corn dog and apologize. But he's the one that... What did I just say? Buy him a corn dog. That's a good boy. Everything's better with corn dogs. I need to get going now. Got some last-minute festival business to take care of. So we know from the other branch that Gran, Mr. Tolliver, and Miss Peretti are all in on something together. Because it was also hinted at that when she gave the jam jars to them, that it was like some sort of like secret message because Mr. Tolliver was acting really weird. And I'm trying to figure out like what they're up to versus what the rest of the town is up to. Is this where we watch them put Nick Cage in a burning effigy? I'll come find you at the fountain in a little after lunch. All right. I love you, Luca. I love you too.
Luca took a deep breath.
Okay.
Chapter 6. Through Thick and Thin. Despite Luca's bitterness, Gran was right. He needed to hash things out with Rolo. A big fight changes the nature of a friendship. Whether, in the end, it is for the better or for the worse, all comes down to understanding.
Your ears are hurting? How come?
If one is not careful, the same familiarity that builds the strongest of bonds can become the wrecking ball that shatters them.
The same familiar... Huh.
Luca emerged from seclusion, taking in the crisp festival air. But the events of the day weren't on his mind. He had to find Rolo.
Luca, Rolo wanted me to tell you something. What is it?
Roxy rolled her eyes, shaking her head.
A space adventure, though you needn't buy it. If ye be brave, go somewhere quiet. Roxy, I don't... It's a riddle, Luca. My goofy little brother wants you to find him.
Luca looked down and kicked at the dirt.
Look, I know you two had a fight. The only thing more annoying than my little brother is my little brother without his best friend. So if I'm doing him this one favor. Now I need one favor from you. Whatever it is that went down between you two, squash it. The story has so many twists and turns and you're surprised that they grow back. This is true. This is like the least weird thing about the whole story so far. How goes the beetle hunt? Pretty rotten. I haven't seen so many as an exuviae. And it isn't just the beetles. This morning I couldn't find any critters at all. This is suspicious. It's like everything that buzzes or skitters just packed up and left. I'm sure they're out there somewhere. Maybe all the commotion of the festival just spooked them. Yeah, maybe that's it. There also haven't been any bees. I don't know who Perennial Harvest thinks they're impressing with this ridiculous festival. Totally. The town's still falling apart. The weather's still cruddy. And this season's harvest looks like it's going to be worse than last year's. You said it. No amount of corporate pandering is going to change any of that. Exactly. But the lemonade at the drink stand over there does look pretty tasty. Fitz, I'm still going to be mad at them. I'd just rather be mad while sipping some delicious lemonade is all. Okay. Oh, I don't think I can talk to the clipboards. Oh no, I can talk to this one. Welcome to our festival. Don't forget to come back later for Mr. Kerr's speech and the Perennial Harvest Festival sign reveal. You don't want to miss it. This guy is still here. Ain't moving. Okay, you do that.
Jeff was staring into the distance with a wistful look.
Hey, Jeff, everything all right? Huh? Yep, everything's fine. I mean, used to be fine. Just ain't right these days, you know? I really do, actually.
Jeff turned to Luca with a furrowed brow, then gave an understanding nod.
You do, don't ya?
For a moment, the two now shared that same wistful gaze.
Charm? Nope, never mind. Every single time. Yup. Wait for it. Unexplained sound once again noted. Like clockwork. What a bunch of drones. No, I think they literally are, though. Okay. Got another one here. A most welcoming of welcomes. Would you like to share your thoughts? We always strive to improve. Nope. This is the first time I've seen this many smiling faces since the fall harvest. I had my doubts about perennial harvest, but I must admit they do put on a nice party. Alright, what is she saying this time? Oh, I can't talk to her. She's the one that's been predicting stuff the entire time. Hi, Luke. Or Luca. How's Griffin doing? What? Oh, nothing.
Sariel became flesh.
Just pretend I didn't say anything. Wait, who's Griffin? Griffin? I don't know if I know who Griffin is. Piper, you're actually taking a break from studying. I wanted to see the festival, what all the festival fuss is about. But I can't help but notice you still brought your backpack full of books. Luca, backpacks can carry a lot more than books. True, true. So what you got in there? Books, I figured. I was able to return the perennial harvest safety suit you borrowed. Hazmat suit. He looks like he could have fit in it too. It was definitely like a larger built character. I don't think anyone noticed. Good. Now will you tell me what you needed it for? Oh no, wait, she used it. It was a favor for an enemy of my enemy. This isn't going to harm Mr. Kerr, is it? All you need to know is that it's for the good of the family. What? Is she the one that was in the... Wait, I don't think I went down here yet. Luca, did you know that Beacon Pines is actually unincorporated? A lot of people don't know that. Wow, yeah, I didn't know. What's that mean? It means most public works are handled internally. We do all the pipelines, the water treatment, building regulations. That's great. Census taking, emergency services. This is actually really good to know, though. Because if the town controls everything, they may not have like a whole lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Checks and balances? How does it have a mayor? That's a good point. Emergency services. Hey, Luca. So you're done at the library? Huh? Oh, nothing.
Griffin looked away suspiciously.
Nothing at all. Well, I know that's where we're going, but I'm talking to literally everybody else first, so give me a second. Oh, wait. Can I go over this way? Plot twist, Luca is having one strange, twisted, long nightmare, and he's actually a human. I've got a question for you. What do you think this whole festival is for? The way I figure it, Perennial Harvest is trying to win over the town. Like a bribe, but with balloons. Cynical. I like where your head's at. That's what I assumed at first, too, until I eavesdropped on a couple of gossipy clipboards. What if I told you that this whole thing is really a special shindig for a super secret guest of honor? A special guest? Who? I haven't dug that deep yet, but whoever is PH, I think they're a big deal. PH. Mara might be watching. The human is me. It's me. I'm waking up from this crazy ass dream. PH. I don't know. I don't know if we've got anybody with those initials yet. Oh no, we know. It's just the joke that Mara is on watch, so she'll ban people. The library. Somewhere quiet. Yeah, I got that. Well, he's not here, though. This is the kid that started all the spoilers. Hi, Jace. Still working through the newest Hank Atomic? You know it. Some fascinating canon toward the end. Did you know that Hank Atomic's shrink-o-ray technically doesn't shrink stuff? Or it does? I missed something. It uses inverse quantum particle decay to literally grow the entire universe around an object, leaving that object unaltered. So it just looks shrunk compared to everything else. Bingo. That's wild. But Jace, no spoilers, please. Oh, right, sorry. I've been expecting you. Bravo on deciphering the first riddle. Ooh, I got an achievement. Solve a riddle. The first? Oh, we're going on a scavenger hunt. Oh, you didn't think that was all, did you? Rollo does go all out, doesn't he?
Kato straightened up and cleared his throat as if preparing to sing.
Ahem. On planet Farpool, you may take issue. When the fifth king dies, you'll need a tissue.
Kato stared at Luca eagerly.
What? Get it? Want me to tell you? No, it's okay. Let me figure it out. All right, when you find it, bring it here to be verified. And if you decide you want a hint, the offer still stands. So I have to find a new issue of something. Wait, which one is Jace reading? No, that's not it. Okay.
Luca grabbed the Modern Science of Atomic Radiation from the shelf.
Or just grab a different one. That's not the one we want.
Luca grabbed the Modern Science
Oh, I got it. Okay. But I'm going to put all the
grabbed
books back
Natural
in the wrong
Photography,
place.
Volume 5 from the shelf.
Take issue. The fifth king dies. You'll need a tissue.
Luca grabbed The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue number 4 from the shelf. Luca grabbed The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue number 5 from the shelf.
I think that's the one I need. Ah, you found
Kato
it!
removed his book from the desk and replaced it with Luca's, turning on the lamp. As he slid the book under the purple light, 2 words glowed.
Is that a dark, like, what are they called? Black lights?
The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue 5. Luca clicked his tongue with recognition.
Rollo's cipher pen. He used to write secret messages everywhere with that. And only I had the special flashlight needed to reveal it. But I lost it. Well, apparently he traded Jeff for this purple light bulb. Parted with his entire Halloween candy stash. Oh, Rollo. Now let's see here.
Kato began flipping through the pages, stopping when he hit a glowing word.
Get away with such a grift.
He continued flipping.
Only found in grub cart.
Reaching the end of the book, Kato looked up.
Reaching, okay. That's it. Grift in grub cart. Griffin grub cart. Oh, Griffin is the, alligator? He wants me to go to Griffin's snack stand. Ah, brilliant. I guess you're off then. Good luck on the rest of the scavenger hunt. Thanks, Kato. Okay. I gotta go back this way. This chapter seems much less scary. I appreciate it. Hey, Griffin. Did Rollo come?
Before Luca could finish his sentence, Griffin handed him a corn dog.
Oh, that's it? Bought and paid for. Enjoy. Less scary for now. Yeah. I thought there was supposed to be a riddle or
Luca
something.
shrugged, taking a sizable bite out of the corn dog.
Yuck. It's cold. Oh yeah, that's been sitting here for a while. Rollo wanted me to be sure to give you that one specifically. Well, that's just...
Luca tongued at his cheeks, feeling something rough between his teeth.
You should still keep an extra set of pants nearby. Oh
He reached
no.
into his mouth and pulled out a slip of paper.
Oh, come
He shook
on.
off the bits of corn dog to read the slip.
A pickup when you need some pep. Near the fountain, up the step.
Luca finished off the
Oh,
remainder
the
of the
coffee
corn
shop.
dog.
Okay. Ugh, this is getting to be a whole thing. Okay. Let's go to the coffee shop then. I haven't had a corn dog in a million years. There you are, Luca. There's no way I'm actually doing this. It's way below my pay grade. Oh, come on, you big stiff. Let the kids have some fun. Fine. But Rollo owes me
Louis
one.
waved his hands around sarcastically as he began.
Breakfast corn dogs are greater than normal corn dogs. Oh, like the kind with the pancake around the sausage? Those are delicious. I agree. What takes flight but has no wings? Your final task a friendship brings. See, that wasn't so hard. I got a charm for that. I feel cheapened somehow. I think it's sweet. What takes flight but has no wings? You'll find your final task a friendship brings. Good luck, Luca. Oh, he's right here. Hey. Did you find the comic book? Yep. And you got the corn dog? Yep. Well then. I know it doesn't make up for what I said, but here, you've earned
Rollo
this.
sheepishly handed Luca the balloons.
Aww. Flight. Thanks. You didn't have to go through all this trouble. I'm sorry I got so mad. Dang it, you were supposed to let me apologize first. Oh, sorry. This is me? Like, just apologizing for random shit? No, you've apologized twice before me. Just let me do this. Luca, I'm really sorry. With everything that's happened, with your mom and all, I've always wanted you to be there. I've always wanted to be there for you. Oh, if you hate most breakfast food, then definitely eat the regular ones, but I love breakfast. Be a good friend, you know? When you said you were hanging out with someone else, I kind of freaked out. Rollo, still my turn. I felt like if you needed some new friend to help you, it meant that I wasn't good enough. That was selfish and wrong. I was wrong. I am so sorry, Luca. Okay, apology over. You can talk now.
Luca threw himself at Rollo, hugging him as tightly as he could.
They're so cute. Rollo, I don't deserve you. I don't deserve you either. That's why we deserve each other. So, what else do you want to do today? We could snoop around and try and find some info about your mom. Snoop where? We could probably sneak into Perennial Harvest HQ while everyone's at the festival. Oh no. Aren't you curious about all the stuff those clipboards write down? What if we get caught? I think I've had enough excitement for 1 week. Let's just make the rest of the day about us. Really? Yeah, the rest of the world can wait one more day. You know, I have been wanting to get some work done at the MCDC at Mission Control. The yellow man's gonna get you. Yeah. The aim is a bit unpredictable. That sounds perfect. Okay, treehouse. Hang on, I need some water. This is a lot of reading. Okay. I have balloons! Hooray! I'm stuck. Okay. Oh, I almost forgot. I ran into your gran this morning. She asked me to give you this.
Rollo handed Luca an unopened letter.
I'll wait for you inside if you want to read it now. A letter?
Luca, some things are going to happen that might be difficult for you to understand.
What?
If I am honest, I hardly understand them myself. But whatever happens, I need you to know that I love you.
What?
None of this is fair to you. You have already lost so much.
What the
We both have. I wish there was a simpler way forward. But if there is, I haven't thought of it.
What?
God knows I've tried. Everything I've done, I did for you. I hope someday you can accept that.
Oh, yeah, sus extreme. Maximum sus.
Love, Gran.
Gran? I love you too,
Luca
Gran.
folded the paper into his pocket and headed up the ladder.
Dude! No! Like... I think that you need to go and find your Gran right now and not go up the stairs. Or not. Oh, we're just gonna chill. Okay, we can just chill. This is fine. Totally a good time to chill right now. What's up with the letter? Anything you want to talk about? Maybe later. Sure, whenever you want. You know, you really didn't have to go through all that trouble just to apologize. I cannot believe we're ignoring this. I know, but we've been looking forward to the festival for weeks. After I ruined everything with my big mouth, this was the best way to make sure you had a good time without me. Rolo.
Luca was at a loss for words.
That's true. They do.
But that was fine. Words aren't always necessary.
The festival seemed nice. Was it nice? We can still go. Nah, this is fine. Well, there's always next year.
Sadly, this was untrue.
Oh, shit. Wait. Oh my god, that's right. What did the grandmother say this morning? It'll be the last thing you ever say to him? And I said that was ominous?
A distant rumble shook the treehouse.
What was that? We missed the fireworks?
It was not fireworks.
No, I don't think so.
It was something the boys couldn't possibly comprehend. Something as old and cruel as time itself. A shockwave of cold tore through the room. A bitter, unfathomable chill.
So, Grandma, why did we do this?
And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene.
Yeah, my brain broke too.
In a silent treehouse turned statuary, in a town brought low by its secrets, sits a pair of friends, alone, together.
Forever?
For the rest of time. The end.
What?
No, that can't be the ending. It simply can't. I won't accept it, and I hope you won't either.
No?
There are more endings, more possibilities. I can feel it. We are just going to have to sort through them all until we find the one that fits.
The narrator is actually creeping me out now.